guys, what's up and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how Pvlace makes super crazy and ambient melodies for people like Young Thug and Gunna in the style of slime language 2. And first of all, sorry for my hair, I can't go to the hairdresser because I get COVID. But I'm feeling pretty well so I can record this video. And sorry that I haven't uploaded last week, I was on vacation. Here's a little recap. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the little recap. Please make sure to like the video and to comment something, it would really help me a lot. Let's try to get this video into the algorithm so everybody sees it. So first I'm going to show you all the sample, then I'm going to break it down and show you all how I mix it, and then after that I'm going to show you all how I made a beat to it. And yeah guys, let's go. And I only showed you one part in the preview. This sample has 3 parts, so make sure to stay till the end to hear every part. So I started off with using Contact with the Grand Harp Bank, and I chose this fingernail setting. And I liked on this pretty simple pattern. It's pretty repetitive as y'all can see. I just changed it up right here and there and then just copied it. And I played with the velocities just to make it sound more realistic. And this is how the finished harp pattern is sounding like. And for the effects on this harp, I had this Shaper Box 2 with the 2x speed change preset, and I put it on 43% on the mix. Then I had this A1 stereo control with these settings just to make it more wide. This Apex Vintage Exciter just to make the harp sound more realistic. Then this Valhalla Vintage Verb where I tweaked the mix, the decay and the low cut. And this EQ where I cut out some of the lows, boosted the mids and the highs and took out a frequency that I didn't like. And I put it 12% in stereo again. Then for the next thing I had these vocals from Splice which I chopped up right here and just left this one how it was. And I didn't really do much to them right here, I just FX them a lot, which you will see after you heard the vocals, and this is how these vocals are sounding like. Then for the effects on the vocals, I had Portal with the Clouds preset from the Enviral Enigma bank. Then this Fruity Reverb 2 with these settings. Then this Soothe 2 just to get rid of all unwanted and unnecessary frequencies. And then this EQ just to get rid of all the lows and some of the highs. And I put it 19% to the right and 12% in stereo. Then for the next thing I had Falcon with the Aboriginal Flute Phrases bank. And I chose the first preset right here. Turn off the reverb and transpose it by 5 just to bring it into key. And I like down this pretty simple pattern. It doesn't really look like much, but it adds a lot to the ambience, and the full flute pattern is sounding like this. And for the effects on the flute, I had this Portal again with the Clouds preset again. Then I had this Fruity Parametric EQ where I cut out a lot of the frequencies that I didn't like. Then this Parametric EQ again where I cut out some of the lows and the frequencies I didn't like again. And then this Soothe just to get rid of all the left and unwanted frequencies that I didn't like. I panned it 19% to the right again and 25% in stereo. Then for the next thing I had the synth from one of Al-Haq's kits. And I just put it into key, which y'all can do right here. And then I just laid down this simple pattern, played with the velocities just to make it sound more realistic. And the full synth pattern is sounding like this. And please keep in mind that this synth pattern is just there to give it some texture in the background, which y'all will see with this EQ, where I just cut out a lot of the lows and a lot of the highs, as I said, just to duck it into the background, and I panned it 31% to the left. Then for the next thing I had this Bold Color 2003 bass, and I laid down this pretty simple pattern. It's just a G, so the root note from the sample, and it sounds like this. And for the effects on this bass, I just had the simple EQ where I cut out some of the muddy lows and some of the frequencies that I didn't like, and I put a 53% in mono. Then for the second bass, I got the Smith Live bass, which is in one shot again, and I just laid down this pretty simple and repetitive pattern. I just added on to the other bass, but with a different sound, and the whole bass line is sounding like this. And for the effects on the second bass, I got this fruity fast distortion with these settings, then this fruity parametric EQ where I took out some of the frequencies that I didn't like, and then this EQ just to get rid of some of the muddy lows, and I put it 52% in mono. Then for the second part of the sample, I had this Aboriginal flute again, but with the Aboriginal flute velocity preset, and I just left it how it was and laid down this pretty simple pattern, which sounds like this. And for the effects on this flute, I had this portal with the clouds preset again. I put it 90% to the right and 25% in stereo, so it's basically the same effects chain that the other flute has. Then for the third part of the sample, I have these vocals again, but simply not chopped up, and this is how these vocals are sounding like. Then after that I rendered the sample out, pitched it up by 1, put the declicking mode on generic, put the mode on stretch, put it on the 8th mixer track, and right here I have the sound shifter pitch stereo from Waves, where I pitched it up by 6 again, and I had this EQ where I took out a bit of the bass and one frequency that I didn't like, and this is how the finished sample is sounding like. So now just open up the FOP for the beat, and the first thing I did was obviously dragging in the sample. I put the mode on stretch, the declicking mode on generic, and put the trimmed up foley in. And then the first thing I did for the beat was laying down this pretty simple hi-hat pattern and pretty spacey hi-hat pattern, which is pretty important for these type of beats. And as you can see, I had a few rolls right here and right here. And as I said, make sure to leave them hi-hat patterns pretty spacey for these type of beats, because it gives the beat way more bounce than just leaving like a 2-step hi-hat pattern. And you can fill up them empty spaces with some like snares or pyrex or like openhats. And the finished hi-hat pattern is sounding like this. Then for the next thing I used a short clap from Pvlace's kit, and I just had a variation right here, and the whole clap pattern is sounding like this. Then I had this carrot snare from Pvlace's kit again, and it's a pretty simple snare pattern which sounds like this. Then for the next thing I had this openhat which is named favorite hat, and I just had this basic openhat pattern on the 1, 3, 5 and 7, which sounds like this. And then for the second last thing, which is the second openhat, I had this openhat which is named Labs, which is basically the 808 Mafia openhat, and I laid down this pretty simple pattern and it sounds like this. And as you can hear, I just filled them spots with them openhats, with the snare and the other openhat, which is pretty simple to do but gives the beat a whole nother vibe, so make sure to do that. And then for the last thing, I had this Best Day 808 from Pvlace's kit again, and I had this pretty simple pattern which fills up them empty spaces again, and I had a bit of variation right here which y'all can see, and this is how these 808s with the full beat is sounding like. So yeah guys, if you all enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and to comment something just to get the video into the algorithm. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and to turn on the bell as well, because I will be streaming a lot from now on. And please make sure to check out my Discord, the link for that will be in my description. We are already over 300 members on the Discord, and I will be posting that loop that I just broke down in the Discord as well, so don't miss out on that. Please make sure to check out my socials, and yeah guys, see y'all.